I changed my mind about the greenery. I think I want to mainly have it just be white flowers with not a whole lot of greenery and a little bit less of the pink in my bouquet. But I can send you pictures. But I think in the centerpieces and the arch, I still want the greenery. I don't think and the blush pink, but I think in the actual bouquet, I just want white. Trying to see.
Something tight and round like this?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Hello. You just saw a little glimpse into our conversation with our florist. We just went over the proposal that we set up literally last August, and no really big changes. I just asked for less greenery and a swap out of, instead of blush roses, we're using white. And the meeting was like a total of like 30-ish minutes. Honestly, it was like 25 minutes. 4 o'clock when it started. I haven't talked to my boss at all day. So usually when you get to 4 o'clock on a Friday, which is why I made this appointment at 4 o'clock on a Friday, I was like, oh my gosh, like my boss is not going to bother me. She called me twice in a row during our meeting. I messaged her and was like, hey, my florist just randomly called. Can I call you right back? Because they all know I'm getting married and that things are going to get really busy for me. Or like, can I call you in 10 minutes? She doesn't respond. And then 10 minutes from then, instead of just letting me call her, she calls me again as we're wrapping up with the florist. So it's not like it had gone over 10 minutes, which even so, like, we wrapped up with the florist a minute after she called me when that 10-minute window passed and when I said I would call her back. I feel so bad, or I didn't pick up. So when I called her back, literally 30 seconds later, after she called me the last time, I was like, I'm so sorry, my florist called me, like, she was asking a bunch of questions. But yeah, it's just like, I don't think my job quite understands that I'm planning a wedding and getting married, like, but I don't think they understand how involved planning a wedding is, and I don't think they understand that I'm literally 3 months from today, also, it's 3 months from today, we'll be getting married. 3 months from right now, we'll probably have done our, or about to do our private vows. Yeah, it's gonna be a rude awakening when I'm literally out for like half of August. Which honestly isn't like that crazy. His one friend is taking the whole month that he's getting married off. So, but in literally the 25-minute span of this entire 8-hour workday, my boss decided to call me 3 times in the time, that 25-minute span of the 8 hours that I happen to be busy. Yes, so that's the update on our flowers. As of today, we sent out our wedding invitations, so that vlog will be up before this, so go watch that. I basically gave a little rundown on like how I made the invitations, what I ordered. I'm gonna remember to link everything in the description box that I used. In the next couple of weeks, we're gonna start having our like vendor meetings. We haven't talked to some of these vendors since this time last year, since the summer last year. It's crazy that like we're now in the official like, okay, it's time to give us final details of what you want, because you're 3 months away from your wedding. Literally tomorrow it'll be 2 months and like 30 days. So that's a crazy thought, like officially. I think I'm gonna stop here and I'm going to pick this back up another time, and maybe I'll do what I did like back in like Christmas time, I think it was, or like January or something. I think I'm gonna do like a little get ready with me and go through the rest of the details. I'll see you guys when I'm more presentable and I have my thoughts together. Hello, I'm coming back to you literally like 2 or 3 days later. I don't remember when the last time I filmed was. The last thing we were talking about was a wedding update. So I just got out of the shower. That's why my face is red. I also just finished a workout, which that video will be coming at some point. I don't know which is gonna come first, but I'm completing the Summertime Fine Challenge to get some extra definition and toning before the big day. It is May 15th now. I figured I would do a little bit of a get ready with me. It's just gonna be like super simple makeup and skincare. I just applied vitamin C serum and now I'm applying this. It's the Eucerin, I don't know if that's how that's pronounced, Eucerin Daily Protection Face Lotion and Sunscreen with SPF 30. And then I'm gonna put some of this Laneige mask on my lips. But this thing is so good. I use it every time I do my skincare. Every time I think I'm ready to start, I forget something, but I think I have it now. I have all of my planners, so I think I have everything. A lot has happened since the last time I made an update, so I wanted to go over with you guys what I have done. But I think the last time I did an update, it like had to have been before my birthday because I remember it was really cold out. And I think it was like one of the first videos I filmed after Vlogmas. I'm not even wearing my ring. So that's another thing. I don't wear my ring while I do my makeup because I don't want to get my makeup on it. I'm trying to think of everything I filmed. We filmed the cake tasting. I'm going to start going in with the Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil Non-Comedogenic by NYX in the shade Natural Soft Beige. This is way too much. I didn't need to put that much. But it's just to give like a nice thin coverage on your face. But anyway, so the last thing I think I filmed, I filmed us doing a cake tasting. I did a vlog of us doing a cake tasting and a couple of other things. Oh, I did a cake tasting on the 25th, and then on the 26th, I had my first dress try on. I think that was included in a completely separate video. Of course, I didn't show the dress in that video, but I filmed that process of going and doing that, and like I included what I could, but of course I couldn't include the actual dress. I'm gonna go in with the Flower Beauty Concealer, Light 2.5 Vanilla. This is another one I've had since probably 2019 or 2020, a long time, and I like almost never used it because I got like a super light color. But anyway, I'm just gonna put this on any imperfections that I still want to cover, but I honestly think I'm okay. I just get some redness and like veins on the sides of my nose, so I'm just gonna cover those. And I'm gonna go in again with this creaseless concealer from Tarte, just because I'm really trying to use it up. I really like it, but I also need to use up my concealers. Anyway, I think the last vlog I did about wedding planning, besides the wedding invite thing that I think you'll see right before this, and then February was a pretty light month for the wedding planning just because it was still 6 months away. And then we moved into March, and that was my birthday month, and then we were just like really busy in March doing things like not related to the wedding. Of course, we were still doing things, but like little things here and there. But I finished all of the invite drafts. I like completed everything that I wanted to get done for the invites. I like finalized everything I wanted, and then we ordered all the stuff for the invite. So go watch that video, but I did design and put together all of the invites myself. So go watch that video because it's pretty involved. But yeah, so I did that in March. So March was just like invite month, and so was April and a little bit of May. The last 2 months have been very invite centric. I finalized the guest list, of course. I had some addresses I had to get for my sister for the bridal shower, which is happening in like less than 4 weeks, which is crazy. I designed programs and signage for the wedding, and then literally just this past Thursday, I redesigned all of it. And now I'm going to show it to Zach, and he's going to help me decide which one we want to go with. Because the first one was like a template I used, and there were templates from Etsy. And then this past Thursday, I overhauled all of it to match like the fonts and everything and the designs from our wedding invites. Because I was seeing like pictures of like detail shots of like the programs and everything like that, and how they matched the invites, and I was like, oh, should we be doing that? Yeah, anyway, so I made new welcome signs, new programs, all of that. This is this past Thursday, and all the day of stationery I redesigned. So even though I did that in March using a template, I just redid it in May, and I'm gonna decide between the two. That has not been decided yet, so maybe I will have a decision by the end of this video, but we'll see. Zach went to Men's Warehouse with his groomsmen, and he picked out his tuxes and his outfits, and he rented them all. Of course, they don't get them in yet, but that is all set, so he knows officially what he's going to be wearing. Oh, by the way, I'm going in with the cream bronzer by Fenty in the shade Butter Biscuit, and it's the shade 2, I guess. And I'm just gonna, well, I kind of did a lot for a subtle makeup day, but I'm just gonna blend that in. Okay, so anyway, also in March, I reminded Zach's mom to get her outfit, so she picked out her outfit and ordered it in March. It didn't end up being what she is going with for the day. She ended up not liking it when it came in, but she went out and got a different dress, so she's all set. And then the last thing we did in March was we let a couple people know that we wanted them to make speeches, so we have Zach's dad and my mom also making a speech at the wedding, besides the maid of honor and best man. Anyway, let's move into April. So for April, I had to we started planning the rehearsal dinner. So we asked Zach's mom to plan it, but I had to do all the preliminary, like reaching out to people and seeing like, you know, what would be possible and everything. So I reached out to our venue and they let me know that we would be able to do our rehearsals there. However, no one is going to be available to actually walk us through it. Like the maitre d' is not available for that time, which stinks. So she was like, you can do it. It would just literally, you guys would have to figure it out and run it yourselves, which is a little stressful, but it's fine. We're gonna get it done. And then after that, there's going to be we're gonna have our dinner nearby, like literally a couple minutes away. And so for that in April, we had to get the guest list for the rehearsal dinner, and then we had to narrow it down because if we included everyone that we wanted to for the rehearsal, it would have been like 42 people, and it would have been like almost a $3,500 dinner. And we were not going to do that because that's basically a mini wedding. I mean, it's nothing compared to what we're paying for the actual wedding, but that's just way too many people for a rehearsal dinner. So we had to really cut a lot of people, and now it's literally just going to be parents and the bridal party. And then, but yeah, so we had to really narrow it down, and who we invited is mandatory people. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I just went in with the Ilia, it's like a multi-stick in the shade At Last. I got this for the birthday thing. And I haven't used it yet. So today's my first time using it, and I don't really love it. I wish it was more creamy and less stiff. I also got a dog sitter for Daisy for the weekend of the wedding. We only need someone from that Friday night until that Sunday afternoon, so I hired that person. It's just one person's from Rover. This is not sponsored, but we found the person on Rover. They watch one dog at a time. They have no pets, and they live in an apartment in the same town as where our venue is, literally 5 minutes away. So I wanted it to be like that so that if God forbid something happened, someone could just rush over there, but nothing is gonna happen. She's gonna be fine. I'm just paranoid, but we did that in April. We also shopped for our wedding rings in April. I had a whole vlog of doing that, so if you wanna see what our wedding rings look like, go check that out. We still haven't gotten them in yet. There's a possibility that we'll be picking them up this Friday, but if not, we're probably gonna pick them up in the next week or two, because that was about a month ago. So I'm very excited to get those in, but it's gonna be so hard not to wear them after we get them in, but we gotta wait for the wedding. Another thing we did is I finished putting together and assembling all the invites. Again, go watch that video if you want to see how they look, how they turned out, how I did it. But that literally was the majority of my April and the end of March. So that's basically like the biggest thing is we have a portal that our DJ has. Like if you've ever planned a wedding or anything, you might know about it, but a lot of DJs will have a portal that you can add songs that you like to, songs you don't want, songs that can play if they're recommended, like, you know, stuff like that. So we both sat and added a bunch of songs that day to the playlist that we needed to get played, that we didn't want to get played. We added our first dance song, a few other things, and we actually do have some questions for the DJ. So we're getting in touch with him this month in May. So it's another thing that's Zach's job. So he's in charge of the DJ, so he has to reach out to him. By the way, I'm using the Anastasia Ash Brown Brow Powder Duo, just to give it a little fill into my brows. Again, this is just like a quick light makeup look, you know? I also set up my trial appointment it's happening 3 weeks from the wedding. A lot of people get their trials done like a year in advance, 6 months in advance. I'm getting mine done 3 weeks before my wedding, which, you know, is fine. Like as long they just need to get it done before the wedding so they know like what to expect and so that I know what to expect, but I'm not late on it. It's just also, it's kind of getting a little close for me personally, just because I like to have everything planned out, but that's just because that's how I am. Speaking of being a control freak, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel and just comb my brows up. And the other thing that I did actually on Thursday, the same day I redesigned all those programs, I researched gifts for our groomsmen, our bridesmaids, and our parents for the day of. So, you know, you have to get your parents a day of gift, and Zach has 4 parents. So we had to research that. And then we also researched, like I said, the bridesmaids and groomsmen's gifts. Nothing is ordered yet, but everything has been officially picked out. Another thing we found out, we don't need a basket for the flower girls. The florist will be providing that. However, we do need a pillow for the ring bearer. So I have to order that, but I have one picked out, so that's good. But I'm not ordering any of this until probably the beginning of June. I have this all budgeted for our savings for the wedding, but I like to order as much as I can out of pocket so that I can have as much as possible in the savings after the wedding to help go towards a house. So I'm waiting to order certain things, but it'll all come in on time. I'm not worried. I'm already ahead of schedule. Okay, next thing. I bought my bridal shower dress. That's actually coming in today at some point. I'm gonna have like a whole different bridal shower video. I'm really nervous if it's gonna fit me or not, or if I'm gonna like it, but we'll see. I also bought my wedding shoes, and I have very small feet. I'm under 5 foot, so my feet match my body in heels if I'm gonna have them be comfortable. I wear a size 4. I can get away with wearing a size 5 for like certain shoes, but for heels, especially when you want them to fit you perfectly for your wedding, I have to get them custom made. And so I had to get these heels custom made from the Ukraine, and they will be coming literally 2 weeks before the wedding. So I'm going to do all of my initial fittings with this one pair of shoes that's very similar to the heels that I'm getting for the actual wedding, the same like heel height. But I won't have the actual heels with me until probably my last fitting. So that's like pretty nerve-wracking, and I don't love that it's last minute, but that's another thing I ordered out of pocket that I didn't use the budget, the savings for, just because that's just how I am. So I waited a long time to order them, and I should have just ordered them earlier. But the next thing I did, I also found Zach's gift that I'm getting him for the wedding. I hear crazy things that couples are getting, like diamonds and like designer bags and like all kinds of crazy wedding gifts. The wedding is so expensive as it is, and we're also getting nice new jewelry, aka our wedding rings, on the day of the wedding. So like, what more is there to get for the other person? You already got them a whole wedding and rings and everything. So we have $100 limit for those gifts, so we're just gonna buy something small for each of us. And I found Zach's gift. I don't know if Zach has found mine. That will be up to him to figure out. What we have left to do in May, we have to contact our DJ. We do need to speak to him, like I said earlier, about adding other songs, what he suggests we do to fill in the gaps for the songs that we are missing. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. This also is the little travel size that comes with the birthday gift at Sephora. So I haven't opened this until like a week ago. So it's not like this is from March, I just haven't used it. We have to start looking at what excursions we want to do on our honeymoon. We're not booking any of it until probably June, but we want to have lined up like what we're doing, and we have to start coming up with like an itinerary for our actual honeymoon. So we're gonna just get started on that this month, but we're gonna need to start booking in June and July, but we want to have like our plan and our itinerary before we book anything. Which actually we had a little bump in the road when it came to the honeymoon. They like rebooked our flight home, where we had an overnight layover in Charlotte. We live in Jersey, so that was not gonna work. Had to rebook that, but it actually ended up working out. So it's fine. Everything worked out okay. We have it all booked and everything. We already have the honeymoon all booked and the flights all booked, and everything is good to go with that. We just need to plan the stuff we're gonna be doing while we're there. But that's gonna be fun planning. June and July, and I keep saying this, are going to be crazy, and May is already starting to pick up. We have to start planning that now because we're going to run out of time, and we don't want to be stressed out, especially about the honeymoon. That's not something supposed to stress you out. I don't really have any other update, I think, for the wedding. I think I'm going to probably have 1 or 2 more wedding update videos, just sit down like this, probably only 1, because the rest of them will probably just be vlogs of me like, come with me to do this, come with me to do that. Last step, I'm gonna go in with this Huda Beauty lipstick in the shade Wedding Day. This was purposeful. Spray it with my Wet n Wild Natural Finish Photo Focus setting spray. Take these little clips out. And here we are. Here's my finished glam, just super light. It's actually like super washed out in this lighting, so apologies. But yeah, that's all the updates I have for the wedding thus far. It's about to get really busy. We are in wedding season, full swing, and my wedding's at the end of wedding season. We have a lot to get done, but if you're newly engaged, congratulations. Let me know in the comments when your wedding date is, and mine is August 12th, 2023. But again, thank you for giving this video a chance. If you liked it or you want to see what I have coming next, please subscribe and come back for the next one.